So, this pisses me off quite a bit. Alright, so look at the directions. How many amps are flowing into the top bulb? Switch on, okay? That switch is off right now, and it says 410. Okay, let me mute this other video real quick so that way we can stay focused here. So that switch is off, and I can prove it to you guys very easily. And do this, and I can show you without this hooked up, the lights go out, okay? Because this is your source voltage right here. This is where it's coming from, and this is your ground, right? So we're gonna pull both of these off. This is already set up to amps, as you can see. Amps, DC, and then it's asking me how many amps are flowing through into the top bulb with the switch on. That's the bigger bulb with the least resistance, right? So, just to show you guys again, this switch is closed, this switch is on, this one has less resistance, this one has more resistance, so this one lights up and this one doesn't. But, what happens when I try to do what this fucking thing asked me to do, and I go, okay, well let me turn the switch on, and let me put my negative right here, so I can figure out, well, let's make it over there. Negative right there, positive right there, because that's going to be where it heads into there, right? That's where your voltage is going to be. And it says 0.70 with the switch on, and there's no 0.70 here. There's no way to answer that question correctly, right? Just so you guys see. So that's what they're asking you to do. That's exactly what they're asking you to do. But if you close that, turn the switch off, trust me, that is off, because it comes from this end. Even the little diagram on the right shows you, like, you know, switch when it's down is on. And I just showed you guys that the switch when it's down is in the on position, okay? When nothing's hooked up to it. Only this bulb will light up because I told you that already. Anyway, so now it says 410 with the switch off, but this says switch on. And what really pisses me off is education is going this way, and the quality of what they put on the internet is shit now. What they tell you to go do online for your classes is shit. And I always run into shit like this. And I with math, with science, with English, with not science. We can have that shit with astronomy, honestly. But I'm just saying, like, my math classes I had to take online, and now this class with CDX, they both just, like, underwhelming quality of work, okay, is what's going on here. And this is why I get kind of pissed off when your grades are tied to something when, like, you're constantly running into, like, spelling errors, grammatical errors, and then errors like this where they can't even ask you the right way they can't even write the question the right way. Just simply putting switch off would have changed everything. And this is an electrical class. That's a big fucking deal, man. And this is why I get pissed off with online classes in general. It's like, what the hell, man? Like, I've run into this shit in every single bit of online work. And I have a real class. I actually go to school for this class. Let me make sure I say that. This is just where you do our homework. And it's like, I always run into this shit. At what point are we going to say, you know, let's get freaking Miller, O'Neill, Hyde, all those assholes who are just making money off of books, making money off of online bullshit, and find a very accredited way to do this, because right now it's just a free-for-all. And it shows because I'm constantly running into bullshit like this. And I've run into more bullshit like this that I haven't even like made a video about, because it was just so frustrating. It's like, man, like, why the hell? And then I complain to my instructors, and they're like, oh, well, you know, I don't have any control over that. Yeah, you do, kind of. But at the same time, you know, they don't. Like, they do, but they don't. It's like they have to use this. I know my automotive instructors have to use this. They don't have a choice. I know they don't. But this is bullshit. You know, you shouldn't have to deal with this. And this is like electrical work, which is already ridiculously confusing. The last thing you need is a bullshit book confusing you even more. Okay, and I think this is why people who say they like the printed books better, I think personally, they probably, no, let me take that back. They do a better job on written, printed books, because guess what? If they screw up, they can't just change it online. So I think they half-ass everything when they do it online. Not the instructors, but the people who actually produce this stuff. They half-ass it, they don't proofread it as well as they should, and they don't really think things through. It's a bunch of people who have nothing to do with this industry building the fucking book, or writing the book, doing the freaking art for it, and all that crap. There's too many people who aren't electricians creating the curriculum for this shit. That's what I'm saying. Okay, like my instructor, he's pretty good, okay? I'm not gonna say he's the best instructor in the world, because nobody's the best instructor in the world. I plan on becoming a teacher too, so it's like, you know, but he's a pretty damn good instructor. He knows his shit. When you ask him a question, he knows how to answer it, and he knows how to, like, answer it in a way to where you can understand, and if you don't understand, he will try several different ways. Granted, the instructor I wanted just has that mastered down, like, he has it mastered to where, like, you know, he just knows how to explain things to anyone the right way, just because he's a very, articulate person, you know? This instructor's pretty good, don't get me wrong, I like the instructor quite a bit. When I have questions, he answers them. Shit, I've needed electrical parts for my car, and he's been like, just take them, just make sure you use them. You know, like, he's a great instructor. But, shit like this, really, makes it really difficult to learn. And this is what drives me to my instructor to ask questions. This is why I don't understand shit. Like, just even figuring out that, oh yeah, well, these two go on the other side of the switch to find out that this bulb needs the source voltage, or to find out what the voltage or the amps are to this bulb, you know, the big bulb here, the 21 watt, like, little shit like that, like, you should be able to, like, know this by the time you get somewhere like this. Granted, you know, I do skip over some things, but at the same time, it's like, why the hell would it tell you to put the switch on when it's supposed to be off? You know, and if that's a test, I mean, come on, think about it. If a test did something, I've seen tests like this before. Okay? Where they ask you stupid questions. Matter of fact, I think I did a test on this just last night. And it was like, they asked me some random question, like, they put current instead of volts, or something like that. And I put that technician was wrong for that question, and that was the only question I got wrong. Because he said, or do you say watts or voltage? Something. He said watts or current. One of the two. I think he said current. And the answer should have been volts. The word that he should have used was volts. And if somebody who's writing the book doesn't understand the difference between volts and current, you know, like amps and volts and resistance, I mean, if they really can't understand the difference between those three, which I'm still learning myself, that causes an issue when you take a test, when you do what the hell you're supposed to be doing, when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like, this is subpar. Like, honestly, this is subpar shit. And it's only, like, what, one or two mistakes that I really, I bumped into several mistakes, but, I mean, realistically, mistakes that are somewhat detrimental to my understanding of it. You know, like, if I was a stupider person, you know, like, I'd be completely lost. Let me just put it that way. If I was a person who needs to be spoon-fed everything, which I love being spoon-fed everything, to be completely honest, because there's no way to misunderstand anything. But, I mean, like, if I was one of those people, I mean, I'd be freaking completely confused and just, you know, I'd be pretty pissed off too, to be honest. I wouldn't know what the hell's going on. And I'd be blaming the book for it. And I still am kind of blaming the book for it, because this is bullshit. They should freaking write these books right. That's their job. They have one fucking job. Write the book the right way. And they should have, like, other freaking instructors and electricians. They should have people, they should put all of their shit up for peer review before they publish. Bottom line. Especially with electricity. Electricity works off of facts, not opinions, okay? It's mathematical. It's the closest thing to real life math that you're gonna get. You know, like, things just work a certain way. And when they don't work that certain way, there's an explanation. There's an explanation for it. That's why people who are electricians love doing electricity. Nobody can fucking argue with you. You know? Except for how you configure things, because then it's kind of dumb. You know, you create too much thermal heat or thermal resistance and shit like that. But anyway, that's why electricians are the way they are. Very cognitive people. But this is bullshit, and I think I'm gonna complain about this to my instructor on Tuesday. So yeah. Anyway, YouTube, I wanted to share that because I'm like freaking kind of pissed off when I see shit like that, because then I feel like I'm stupid, I didn't understand something right, and then come to find out they didn't do their job right. Okay? So I showed you guys that switch is off. The answer's correct now, but it tells me to put switch on. And that's just one of many. I'm not going to just sit here and do this over and over again. So, I mean, I was going to say I'll just show you guys every single time I run into something like that. But when I'm working, you know, so. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like and subscribe. I'm going to show this video to my instructor on Tuesday. And deuces.